my name's Aaron. Welcome back to my channel. How are you? I'm fantastic and I'm doing really well. And today I'm going to do my best, but I'm probably going to murder it. I am reviewing Bortnikoff Oud Loukoum. Goodness me. Not made for someone who's English. I struggled to get this. This was really hard. I would order it direct, and I can't remember where it came from. This is hard to get in the UK. The notes are tobacco, dried fruits. Hard notes are ylang-ylang. The base notes are organic, oud from trapped. Sounds like a swear word. Indian wild oud, distilled by Bortnikoff, cedar, gaiac wood, and Peru balsam. This is £90 for 9ml and £350 for 50ml. I'm not going to read the marketing. I can't be bothered. Do we have our bottles of Oud Loukoum by Bortnikoff? Are we engaged with our higher self? Let's get testing. So I like the packaging. I think the packaging is really, really nice. I love the cap. I love the gold. It looks luxurious. We tested this, so I'll tell you my impressions. So I'm going to show you the atomizer. This is very strong. I have a few of these to review. This is really strong, so I'm going to do one spray. I can smell it already. So this undoubtedly has oud in. And at the very start of my journey, when I started reviewing, somebody left a comment about only his fragrances have oud. Well, I do use oud. I go through a lot of oud. I have my oud analysed and the results put on the site because I'm authentic, and oud is very expensive. I like farmed oud because you're not destroying wild oud, and I don't think we should be using wild oud personally. I think we should be keeping these for future generations. We should be trying to use farmed oud as possible and not using slave labour and all of this stuff. That's me personally. So that was one criticism which we have, and I do use oud. I buy a lot of oud in, so I know oud. This undoubtedly has oud in, to be honest. So if you are looking for an authentic oud fragrance, apart from mine, of course, I would suggest this one. So before I'm going to go into the breakdown, this is not built upon Helio and Isu Super. This is constructed in a completely different way, and this smells completely Middle Eastern. This smells metallic, harsh, a bit fecal. I think you really have to love oud to really get on with this. I think if you are unfamiliar with ouds and familiar with Middle Eastern ouds especially, and Eastern ouds, all the rest of it, I think you would hate this. And that's the caveat within this. I think this is really, really great perfumery. I think it's very strong. I think it's utilizing oud at the core and quite high concentrations of oud as well. But I think you really have to love oud for it. I think if you love Western ouds, you're going to hate this. And it's a lot of money, so I kind of want to be really clear about that. But if you love authentic oud, if you love Middle Eastern, Eastern ouds, then you're absolutely going to love this, and this is for you. But I think this is for specific types of people. Can't remember how many I bought, but we're going to be reviewing in the next couple of months, and they all are quite artisanal, interesting, niche fragrances. I think you have to have a lot of confidence to kind of wear this, to be honest with you. And I think if you're Middle Eastern, I think this is sort of more of that sort of thing. Based upon sort of benzoyl benzoate and cedal. And cedal as a backbone can smell very fetish-like and can smell leathery. There's two forms of cedal. There's a white crystalline form, and there's the type which I like, which is solid at room temperature, and you have to heat it up to work with it, and it just smells of cedar wood, and it has lots of aspects to it. It can smell leathery, it can smell fetish-like, it can help support oud as well. And when you're working with oud, you kind of need to support it. You can't just put it in there because it doesn't have radiance to it. You have to support it. And that's kind of the key with these naturals, is supporting it in a way that sort of elevates it and positions it to its full beauty. This to me has like a fruit like quality, fruit, vanilla-y, fig-like quality, I would say to it. Metallic, sort of woody, sweet, spicy. The gaiac wood, I mentioned it loads of times, is solid at room temperature, and it's really unpalatable. I find it quite unpalatable, and you have to work with it. And the gaiac wood can give sort of smokiness and further woodiness to it. It can smell a bit rosewood-like, actually. So that is apparent within this. So this is a smoky, narcotic beast of a fragrance. The heliotrope is giving the sweetness in this formula. So it's giving that sort of like cherry, almond sweetness within the core with the benzyl notes. Benzyl notes can be used in ylang-ylang, but they can also be used to create incense chords as well, because it's quite incensey. Cedarwood, wood-like raw materials as well, and this is very woody. Onto my final thoughts. I'm really honest with you, it's kind of, for me, excellent perfumery. I think it's strong perfumery. I think it's robust perfumery. I think they're putting the oud at the front and center of it. But for me personally, I would not reach for this. For me personally, it's not westernized enough for my brain, but I think it's excellent perfumery, but it's absolutely not for me. And some ouds are really personal and they are just not going to be for me at all. But I think this is really, really great perfumery. I can really admire and love the work without it being for me as well. I love the bottle, I love the presentation, I love the color, I love the name. I love everything about the presentation of it. I think the atomizer is great. It's lovely and heavy. It feels like a luxurious product. The packaging was safe legal, which we love, which means that it's safe concentrations and not going to burn your arm off. The thing about it, because the heliotrope and the benzyl notes, I love some of it. I'm going to be real honest with you. When I first applied, I kind of liked it, but then it just went on and on and on. I kind of hated it. After around the house, like, oh God, I just want to wash it off my skin. But that's me. So I think if you love this, you are getting really excellent value for money. I think you're getting really, really great perfumery. I think you're getting like oud front and center. So I think you have to be confident with this. This has that animal aspect, which is in Middle Eastern perfumery. They always have that sort of slightly dirty, animalistic, sort of sexual sort of nature to it. And you are getting this front and center. So I think if you are trying a lot of Western ouds and you are daring, I would try a little size first. Never buy decant off eBay or off these sites, because you don't even know what they're doing with them, and half the time it's not even the fragrance what it is. Always support fragrance companies by buying directly from them. I'm going to mark this an 8 out of 10 and go through my sort of markings as why I think it's really, really fantastic perfumery. I think it's really great perfumery. I can really admire it. I love the way they're using ouds. I love the way they're using high amounts of naturals. But I hate the fragrance. It's so strong. It is just not for me at all. But I wouldn't improve upon it. I think it is what it is. It smells finished, complete, perfect, but it's absolutely not for me. I would never wear this. But I think it absolutely has a place in perfumery. And I think there are people out there that would love this. So I think if you're after a oud fragrance, I can thoroughly recommend this. And I think be a bit daring and wear something a little bit interesting. This is like, it smells very interesting and it smells sort of very, all of that stuff. So if you love that review, thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating, interesting content. Lots of moving hands, lots of fragrance views. Hope you stay safe and well. See you soon.